Chapter 10, Part 1 of How I Found Livingstone. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. How I Found Livingstone, Travels, Adventures and Discoveries in Central Africa by Sir Henry M. Stanley. Chapter 10, Part 1, Tumrera Ukonongo. The 20th of September had arrived. This was the day I had decided to cut loose from those who tormented me with their doubts, their fears and beliefs, and commence the march to Ujiji by a southern route. I was very weak from the fever that had attacked me the day before, and it was a most injudicious act to commence a march under such circumstances, but I had boasted to Sheikh bin Nasib that a white man never breaks his word, and my reputation as a white man would have been ruined had I stayed behind or postponed the march in consequence of feebleness. I mustered the entire caravan outside the tembe. Our flags and streamers were unfurled, the men had their loads resting on the walls, there was considerable shouting and laughing and negroidal fanfaronade. The Arabs had collected from curiosity's sake to see us off, all except Sheikh bin Nasib, whom I had offended by my asinine opposition to his wishes. The old Sheikh took to his bed, but sent his son to bear me a last morsel of philosophic sentimentality, which I was to treasure up as the last words of the patriarchal Sheikh, the son of Nasib, the son of Ali, the son of Saif. Poor Sheikh! If thou hadst only known what was at the bottom of this stubbornness, this ass-like determination to proceed the wrong way, what wouldst thou then have said, O Sheikh? But the Sheikh comforted himself with the thought that I might know what I was about better than he did, which is most likely, only neither he nor any other Arab will ever know exactly the motive that induced me to march at all westward, when the road to the east was ever so much easier. My braves whom I had enlisted for a rapid march somewhere out of Unyanyembe were named as follows: John William Shaw, London, England; Salim Heshmi, Arab; Sidi Mbarak Mombe, Zanzibar; Mabruki Spoke, ditto; Ulimengo, ditto; Ambari, ditto; Uledi, ditto; Asmani, ditto; Samian, ditto; Kamna, ditto; Zaidi, ditto; Kamisi, ditto; Chopera, Bagamoyo; Kingaru, ditto; Balali, ditto; Ferus Unyanyembe; Rojab, Bagamoyo; Mabruk Unyanyembe, Unyanyembe; Mtamani, ditto; Chanda, Mororo; Sadala, Zanzibar; Kombo, ditto; Sabori the Great, Maroro; Sabori the Little, ditto; Marora, ditto; Faraji, the Cook, Zanzibar; Mabruk Salim, Zanzibar; Baraka, ditto; Ibrahim, Maroro; Mabruk Ferris, ditto; Baruti, Bagamoyo; Mgareza, Zanzibar; Hamadi, the Guide, ditto; Asmani, ditto, ditto; Mabruk, ditto, ditto; Hamdallah, the Guide, Tabora; Juma, Zanzibar; Maganga, Mkwenkwe; Mukadum, Tabora; Dasturi, ditto; Tumayona, Ujiji; Mparamoto, Ujiji; Wakiri, ditto; Mufu, ditto; Mpepo, ditto; Kapingu, Ujiji; Mashishanga, ditto; Muharuka, ditto; Misosi, ditto; Tufumbia, ditto; Majwara, boy, Uganda; Bilali, boy, Uemba; Kalulu, boy, Lunda; Abdul Kader, tailor, Malabar. These are the men and boys whom I had chosen to be my companions on the apparently useless mission of seeking for the lost traveller David Livingstone. The goods with which I had burdened them consisted of 1000 doti, or 4000 yards of cloth, 6 bags of beads, 4 loads of ammunition, 1 tent, 1 bed and clothes, 1 box of medicine, sextant and books, 2 loads of tea, coffee, and sugar, 1 load of flour and candles, 1 load of canned meats, sardines, and miscellaneous necessaries, and 1 load of cooking utensils. The men were all in their places except Bombay. Bombay had gone, he could not be found. I dispatched a man to hunt him up. He was found weeping in the arms of his Delilah. "Why did you go away, Bombay, when you knew I intended to go and was waiting?" "Oh, master, I was saying good bye to my missus." "Oh, indeed." "Yes, master, you know do it when you go away." "Silence, sir." "Oh, all right." "What is the matter with you, Bombay?" "Oh, nothing." As I saw he was in a humour to pick a quarrel with me before those Arabs who had congregated outside of my tembe to witness my departure, and as I was not in a humour to be balked by anything that might turn up, the consequence was that I was obliged to thrash Bombay, an operation which soon cooled his hot choler, but brought down on my head a loud chorus of remonstrances from my pretended Arab friends. "Now, master, don't. Stop it, master, the poor man knows better than you what he and you may expect on the road you are now taking." If anything was better calculated to put me in a rage than Bombay's insolence before a crowd, it was this gratuitous interference with what I considered my own especial business. But I restrained myself, though I told them in a loud voice that I did not choose to be interfered with unless they wished to quarrel with me. "No, no, Bana," they all exclaimed, "we do not wish to quarrel with you. In the name of God, go on your way in peace." "Fare you well, then," said I, shaking hands with them. "Farewell, master, farewell. We wish you, we are sure, all success, and God be with you and guide you. March!" A parting salute was fired, the flags were raised up by the guides, each pagazi rushed for his load, and in a short time, with songs and shouts, the head of the expedition had filed round the western end of my tembe, along the road to Ugunda. "Now, Mr. Shaw, I am waiting, sir. Mount your donkey if you cannot walk." "Please, Mr. Stanley, I'm afraid I cannot go." "Why?" "I don't know, I'm sure. I feel very weak." "So am I weak. It was but late last night, as you know, that the fever left me. Don't back out before these Arabs. Remember you are a white man. Here, Salim, Mabruki, Bombay, help Mr. Shaw on his donkey and walk by him." "Oh, Bana," said the Arabs, "don't take him. Do you not see he is sick?" "You keep away. Nothing will prevent me from taking him. He shall go. Go on, Bombay." The last of my party had gone. The tembe, so lately a busy scene, had already assumed a naked, desolate appearance. I turned towards the Arabs, lifted my hat, and said again, "Farewell," then faced about for the south, followed by my 4 young gun bearers, Selim, Kalulu, Majwara, and Belali. After half an hour's march the scenery became more animated. Shaw began to be amused. Bombay had forgotten our quarrel, and assured me if I could pass Mirambo's country I should catch the Tanganika. Mabruki Burton also believed we should. Selim was glad to leave Unyanyembe, where he had suffered so much from fever, and there was a something in the bold aspect of the hills which cropped upward, above fair valleys, that enlivened and encouraged me to proceed. In an hour and a half we arrived at our camp in the Kinyamwezi village of Mkwenkwe, the birthplace of our famous chanter Maganga. My tent was pitched, the goods were stored in one of the tembes, but one half the men had returned to Kwihara, to take one more embrace of their wives and concubines. Towards night I was attacked once again with the intermittent fever. Before morning it had departed, leaving me terribly prostrated with weakness. I had heard the men conversing with each other over their camp fires upon the probable prospects of the next day. It was a question with them whether I should continue the march. Mostly all were of the opinion that since the master was sick there would be no march. A superlative obstinacy, however, impelled me on, merely to spite their supine souls. But when I sallied out of my tent to call them to get ready, I found that at least 20 were missing, and Livingstone's letter carrier, Kaif Halek, or How do you do, had not arrived with Dr. Livingstone.